All right, we're in lesson 4 of our REVIT 2015 electrical power series. We left off just kind of doing some cleanup and noticing what happens in the system browser and what happens when we actually delete panels and transformers and stuff, the trickle down effect. So now we're going to lay out our main floor electrical room. And we are in lesson 4 here in our as far as our content files go. So just before we get started, I always point out under systems, they all have their little settings in here, and electrical inside of here. We want to take note of the distribution systems that are set in here, and you can give it a name and pick on here and add new ones and stuff, and all kinds of important electrical setting kind of base information that you want to take note of inside of there. So we're going to start by putting the main transformer out here, and then a switch, and then a main distribution panel, and a lighting panel, mechanical panel, a little another transformer over here, and a power panel. So we'll start, and we can go in here under electrical equipment and pick right off of our type selector here. But I find it's easier to just drag them in from our browser. So watch, I'm going to pick on here, scroll down to families, bump this out a little bit, electrical equipment, and really that's all of our equipment, and then under there are our types. So we're going to open up the lighting panel, this one, the MCB, because we're going to use that. We're going to use this guy as well. We're going to use both of these transformers and the circuit breaker. So we're going to grab from this 480, we're going to grab the 500 kVA, and that's just going to kind of sit on the outside of the building. Okay, escape, escape. Then inside of there, I want the circuit breaker, and these are the dimensions of it. So I'm going to grab that in, place that in there. My electrical room, escape, escape. Those are just kind of surface flat sitting as you drag them in. Now we're going to go down to the panels, and we're going to grab a 480 400 volt. So the main distribution panel is 400 volt. And notice that we want place on vertical face, okay, because it'll stick to the wall here. So it's face based. So we pick on there. Oh, that didn't go in. Place it, okay. Then we want we want two of these, which are 480, but they're only 100 amp. So I'm going to grab that. That's for our lighting panel, and that's our mechanical panel. Then I'm going to go grab another transformer, a 480 with 15 kVA, and pop that over there. And then I'm going to grab a 208 lighting panel board here by 100 amp. My power panel, and put that in there. Oh, didn't go in again. Click, escape, escape. So that's just quick placement. You can do this, what I'm doing here, in kind of almost any order, as long as you know what you're doing. Now we want to go in and specify the distribution system. So we could do it as we place them, but I just decided to do it this way. And you just pick on here, and there it is. So you pick on this switch, main distribution. Now this is a transformer, and it has a secondary distribution system, which in this case we're going to use this. Okay, this guy is electrical panel. It just has this, no secondary. Can I do more than one at a time? Yes, I can, but those are the only two. I think that this one is also 480 by 277. Click out. The difference is this is a transformer, and it has a secondary distribution of this, which will then work with this, because this guy has this distribution system. Okay, so you have to have your distribution systems aligned, okay, And then from there, you can start to connect them up. Okay, so at this point, if we go into our system browser over here, or hit F9, you can see everything is pretty much in an unnamed system, right? Because it hasn't connected to a panel and it hasn't been, they're not in, they're circuits, some of them, but there's not connected to a panel. And that's when they start to go from unnamed to named. And this is where kind of it starts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick on this guy, and I'm going to give him a name first of all. So I'm going to give him a name. Panel name is capital T S capital T SVC. Click out, and I might as well name all of these while I'm at it. Pick inside of here, and this one is called SWB. Click out, and this one is MDP1. And this is LP1B. And MP1B. So we do a little bit of typing. Panel name is TP1A. And this guy is PP Power Panel 1A. So the components have their distribution system and they have their name. So now we can start to connect them up. So I'm going to start with this guy, the switch. And what you do is to create a circuit, you hit power. And then you pick on there, and from there it's basically a circuit of that one element. And then we can say edit circuit and add other elements, or we can say select panel, and I'm just going to pick on there, and that's it. It's going to give me that, and then I can click out. Now if I hover over here and go tab, 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 it's going to go through, if you read down here again, tab, circuit 1, and the components in the breaker, etc. So now we're going to go downstream. We're going to pick on this guy and hit the power button. It's going to create a circuit, select panel, pick on here. That's done. Because we set up our distribution and our configuration properly, we can now do the same. Pick on here, power, select the panel. That guy goes to that guy. Pick on here, power, select the panel. He also goes to that main distribution panel. Grab this transformer, power button, select the panel, also to the main distribution. Grab this power panel, hit the power button, select the panel, to the transformer. Okay, escape, and click out. Now if you hover over here and go tab, it's going to show you where it's going. Hover, tab, 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 just like we do with our mechanical and everything else. And because we've named our panels and transformers, if you pick this, for instance, it's going to say it is panel PP1A, and it is getting its supply from TP1A, which is this guy. And then if you pick on TP1A, it is going to say it's getting its supply from MDP1. And if you pick on MDP1, it's going to say it gets its supply from SWB, and SWB gets its supply from TSVC. So guess what? What's been happening here magically? There it is. There's that. There's the circuit. There's the switch. There's that circuit, main distribution panel. And then it's got 3 circuits being taken up by each one of these, and then the difference is this little transformer has its one circuit, which is our power panel. So if you zoom out and you pick on these guys, of course they highlight, and you can manipulate them and change their properties and delete them and do whatever you want with them. Okay, you can't drag this stuff around inside of here, but as you tab through this, our system browser is adding all that stuff in. It's putting the circuits, right? And then when you pick on these guys, you can create circuit schedules, which shows all the circuits and what's connected to it. So as you take this stuff now, and as we add in our new outlets and connect them to that power panel, they're going to leave the unnamed area and start to show up down populated in here. And inevitably at the end of your project, all this unnamed stuff should all be moved down inside of here somewhere. So that's our lesson on creating our electrical room distribution system with our panels and transformers.